Hello friends, it's Charlene with Charlene's Heartfelt Creations. Today I'm going to show you what I've been working on in this journal. This is one of the journals that I made in my mini series that I ended up really liking it, so I was like, I'm just going to keep it for myself. I was going to sell it in my Etsy shop, but hopefully next Christmas I'll have one similar to this that we can put up on the shop and it can be sold. And so I'm going to do a flip through so far of what I've done. And I'm really excited to show you. So my pictures are censored because I have quite a few little people or people that have not given me consent. So I just went ahead and my son drew stick figures on everything. And so it's kind of comical, but I really wanted to show you the different things that I've done in here so far. So this is just a family picture underneath here. And then I've got some different tags that I was able to put together. And what I like about this is, and you can't see it, these tags, I did one picture on the front and then two pictures on the back. I have a selfie printer, and so when I want to put a lot of pictures, I just print out they're small pictures, but they're this size here. Let's see. I've got my ruler. So they are a little under 2 inches. It's close to 3 1/4 by, 1 3/4 and 2 3/4. 1 3/4 by 2 3/4 for the picture size. So I really like these sizes. They're really nice for journaling because it doesn't make it to where you have all these big pictures that you're having to figure out where to put them. So I have the 3 different tags that I really love how those turned out. And then we put this card in, and it's a trifold, so it's really cool. And I got 3 pictures in this row and then another picture here. So many pictures stacked into one layout. I love it. I'm not done. I have not actually added the different journaling throughout the journal yet. But I've got little blank spaces that I'm planning on adding more to it. Okay, and then we flip to this page. And I'm going to have to keep all these sticky notes, either for future videos or for my own stash. I told my son we should just make up a whole journal of nothing but stick figure sticky notes and put them all throughout the journal. It's hilarious. I was really happy with this little flip that I made here. So I added a flip. I've got 1 large picture here and 2 small pictures here. And then I put a tab on there. And then here's another picture under here. And then a pocket that I need to reinforce that's got bookmarks here that have the pictures as well. I got a border punch at the Salvation Army and I used it on these. So I really love how that turned out. And then I just added some Hobby Lobby rickrack to the top of these and some twine and tied it off with some twine to kind of make it look more like a tassel at the top. So I really like how these turned out. And I like, when I first did it, I only had 1 of these. But then the second time I was going through and I was trying to figure out pictures to put in here, I said, oh, I got to figure out a way to stuff in all these pictures. I cannot get these back in because of the sticky notes. So I'll just leave it right there. But I really wanted to put a lot of pictures. We take tons and tons of pictures. And so, like I said in previous videos, I am a traditional scrapbooker coming into junk journaling. What I like about junk journaling is I feel like it's a little more freeing than all the structure and just all the other things that come along with doing your traditional scrapbook. So a lot of my traditional scrapbook stuff has carried over into my junk journals as well. And so I made a tag here, and then on the back side I put a pocket, and this is one of the cards from the game that the cover is made out of. So it's Christmas ornaments, it's the property, and then holiday cheer. You blew a fuse, pay electrician fee of $80. These are cards that came from the game. And then this was just a loose picture that I printed out that I didn't know where to put it, so I thought I'll just tuck it into this pocket. And then this was another one. I did not know what to do with it, and I was kind of getting to that point where I was like, I've got enough tags and things. I don't know what to do. And so I have this lovely tuck right here that we created, and I went ahead and just tucked all this under here. And I love how it turned out. This one here, I'm not done. I've got this picture that I'm debating on putting it in the center, putting it to the side. I thought about using something like grid paper and just making a little space here that I could journal something real quick. And then this is a pocket. I showed you all how to make this pocket on a previous video. I think it was a short that I did. But then this is from when I was doing the mini series, when I had the card that I added farther in here. Where did I put that card? Let's see. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. There it is, right there. Here's the card. The front of it, we made it a tuck spot, like a little tuck pocket. This is the back side of that card. And so I went ahead and I made this a little tag to put pictures on. And it says, remembering special people like you is one of the nicest things about Christmas. And so this, everything I did right here is just us decorating the Christmas tree. We took way too many pictures, but the faces, the stories that are going to go along with it, they're just super funny. So I had to just print out like everything. And then this was another little tag that I made out of one of the cards. So this is the Christmas tree property. And I went ahead and just put a piece of paper and matted the picture onto this. And then I punched out a little pole to put on there. And then this is a playing card. I have these cards that I showed you in a previous video that I purchased from the thrift store. I was super excited to be able to do this. This is tissue paper that I went ahead and had some left over from one of my orders. And I put the tissue paper on here. I really want to stamp on tissue paper because I feel like that would make it so it doesn't smudge. But then I added some washi tape to the side here and a scrap from one of our other pages and a sticker. So I just made a cute little card to stick in there with my daughter's picture on that. And then this, I love this envelope. We did this on camera and it's a little flip out. And see, this is my son who he made all my sticky notes for me. Joel was here, and a lot of this stuff I just was really excited to use because this was a new die cut that I had, and so I was able to add that. And then this was paper edges. This is a die cut that I purchased off of Amazon, and I really haven't gotten a chance to show you much about that one. I love it. This is a paper edge from that as well. I just really, really like it. This is hard to see on here, so I'm going to have to do a video on just that die cut set because it's really cool. But then I have a little card in here that I added a photo to and a couple of little tags. And then this has got one large photo on it. And I wanted to show you some of the stickers that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. They were clear stickers. And if I have a space that it's just white space, but I don't want to cut my picture, like I didn't want to cut this off, I will add stickers to it. And right over top, it looks like it belongs there. I really, really like doing that on my pictures. All right. Next, we've got this page where I added, this is one from, I did a haul video of some stuff I picked up at Ollie's. And this came in one of the packages of that. And then this was just a little tag that I made out of some scrap that I had. And then I put a sticker on it from my Hobby Lobby sticker stack that I have. But I wanted to kind of keep with the notebook look and do the paper clip. And so this is just a photo strip on here. And I turned it into a flip with another photo strip underneath. So I really liked how that turned out. More pictures. And then I've got these pictures here and another little flip out. And so again, I used the edge die cuts that I purchased, and I really like this edge. It's got little holes in it. You can't really see it on camera, and so I'm gonna have to definitely do a video to show you guys. So then this opens and then this goes up, and so that's one way to throw extra pictures in. This was just a scrap from one of the pages that are in here from when we tore them down, and so I grabbed the scrap and put it right here. Okay, and then I have another little booklet here, and this was just one of the cards that came in the same pack as this. This is one of the edges from that die cut set. Like I said, I love this. I'll link it in the description as well. I ordered it right off of Amazon, and it's really cool. It's got like four different edges, maybe 5, but I really enjoyed using this. Super cute. Not a big set either. Like, it doesn't take up a lot of space, so it's really, really nice. I really like it. I can't say it enough. So, like I said, I'm going to have to show you guys how to use this one or what it looks like, whatever. But I think that this is one I'm going to probably get a lot of use out of. But I made a little booklet. You can't really tell, but there's 4 pictures on the inside here. And then on the back side, I put another picture. I wanted to chock these things full of pictures, as many pictures as I could possibly fit in. All right, and then obviously 2 more pictures at the top, and then you flip over here, and I've got a little pocket here, and this card has got 4 more pictures on it. So I'm going to actually show you how to make this really quick. But I wanted to also show you a couple of other little things I've added in here. I think I only added a few more things since I showed you this last. This is something I added. When I was making this on camera, I had originally decided that at first I only had 1 of these, and I thought this has to be like a little pocket page. I really liked the idea of just having pockets there. Even if all I do is tuck tags in or tuck pictures in, I love how this turned out. Let's see if there's anything else in here that I haven't had a chance to show you. And I'm hoping that I can start filling this thing up. This is actually starting to be nice and full. But I don't think I got a lot more done in here since I showed it to you last. I mean, I did at the beginning of the book. And then I think you all seen my flippin' pocket. Love this. Can't wait to make more of these for other books. And then, let's see. Oh, I have this. I don't know if you remember, in a previous video, I purchased this bag from Salvation Army, and I couldn't pass it up. It reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life, and so I'm thinking it's going to go here, but I'm not positive yet. I like the idea of having this as a pocket, but it's so big, so I'm not sure if I'm just going to glue it down and work with it in there. I don't know yet. And then this was another pocket that I had that I thought about putting here. I decided to hold off on some of the pockets going down until I know more about what I'm going to do in my book. I did make this. I don't think I did this one on camera. This is one that it's going to be a side pocket here. These sticky notes are getting really hard to work around. But this is a nice big side pocket that I can put some different tags in here and some different little pull-outs. So I was really excited about that. I think that this is actually the card that the one tag came off of that I have in here. So anyway, getting back to this, this is a little pocket that I was trying to figure out one way to use. I was trying to end it here. I didn't want to go on. This is a lot of pages for decorating the tree, but in my opinion, it's well worth it just because of the memories. So I tried to end it here and ended up needing this pocket to be able to add 4 more of the pictures. I almost added a whole lot more pictures to this little flap, and then I decided against it. That's when I went in and I just started tucking them into like the tuck space and other little areas. But this was a quick solution, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I used and how quick it is to make. So this is the insert cards from Ollie's that I got for 99 cents. And they are for Cricut Joy. I wanted to go ahead and start using some of these supplies so I can justify how much shopping I've been doing. And so I was very happy to find a use for this. I feel like I've got a lot of things I need to start using up. And the more I can use it up, the more exciting it is. And then, you know, it's not sitting around just being hoarded. Okay, so this little card, I went ahead and I took some off. I didn't really measure. I just put it in here, cut it down so I would have, let's see, it's a little smaller than the last one I did because I did not measure it, okay? And so I've got some pages here. I had to pull out a new piece of round because I've used so much. I just don't have the bigger scraps to use as a tag. All right, so this, okay, so I did make one of these earlier for my journal, and I don't know what it is, but I usually end up doing things this way. I am right-handed, so maybe that's it. You know, I like my flaps to go a certain way for some reason. And so I made my pocket, and with the page being where it is, obviously that wasn't going to work, so I had to start over. So I have a pocket for a different page that I can use. All right, so that's a nice piece. This is nice textured paper, and so any of the scraps that I have left over from this, I'm trying to use up as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and, where is my ruler? Right here. We're going to cut down this piece. I love this paper. I got that from Hobby Lobby. We need to cut this down to 2 2/8 would be good, by 4. I'm having a hard time seeing it. I think 4 3/4. So I said 2 2/8. I think I like this side for it. 2 2/8 by 4 3/4. I really like the holly and the berries, so I'm trying to keep that on there. Okay, perfect. And then this. All right, I only need to make one cut for this, and it's going to be, we are at 4, I think 4 3/4 would probably be the best. 4 3/4. Oops. Slipped a little bit. There we go. So we'll move these out of the way. Keep those for another project. And then you just take your adhesive, your glue, whatever you're going to use. I'm just going to use some glue because this paper's not very thick and it actually holds really well to this with just the school glue. And so we're going to go ahead and glue our mats down. And I like the torn edge right here, so I'm going to go ahead and use that on the outer portion. And I'm trying really hard to remember not to leave my pocket this way when I go to do the next portion of it, because I want it this way. All right, so then we're going to put this on here. And then I used my circle punch and just kind of lined it up where I thought was center and punched that out. And then I'm going to go ahead and use adhesive. I'm going to use adhesive that's going to be a little bit better than using school glue. If you have glue or whatever adhesive you use, you can use whatever you've got. I really like the red tape that you can get that's a little stickier, and so I might start using that for some of my pockets because my pockets get used a lot. Like I put too much stuff in them, and then there's a lot of little hands that are looking at the different pictures and stuff like that. So for me, I feel like it might be better to have it where it's not going to fall apart if little kids are touching it. My kids really like looking at the pictures and the different interactive ways that my journal opens and does things. Okay, and so there we go. I've got that done up. And then the card that's going to go on the inside, just a simple card. I wanted to make sure that it fit perfect and I didn't have any issue with it coming in and out. So I did not measure this. I ended up measuring a piece and then cutting it down a couple different times. Again, it was a scrap originally. This piece was a scrap. But now that I actually have it made up, I can measure and tell you what I have. It is 3 1/4 by 4. So 3 1/4 by 4. And I love this brown paper. I use the different shades of brown from Hobby Lobby's cardstock. I just really, really like the quality and the color. I like the different variations that they have and that they sell all the browns in one pack if you want to get just browns and neutrals instead of having to buy multiple packs of color families or a huge pack of just that one color. So I really appreciate that when I go to Hobby Lobby and I'm able to buy the different paper packs that they have. Okay, so this here, I did not, what I ended up doing is for mine, I put it down and just tore the pages, tore the paper as I went. I want to save this poinsettia piece just in case I want to put a nice mat down in my journal. I don't want to cover it up with the pictures on a tag. And so I'm going to take my ruler and not really measuring. I'm just going to go ahead and tear the paper like that. And I'm hoping that I will have enough for both sides with this strip that I just tore. Because I'm going to go ahead and tear the other side, and then I'm going to ink it up before I adhere it. Oops, I just shifted it again. All right. All right, so I've got that one, and does this, oh, this one needs to be torn down just a little bit more. I love music paper. This is such nice quality too. This is from the paper stack I purchased at Hobby Lobby of their Christmas paper. And I do not regret buying multiple packs of it because I really like it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and ink up the edges. And I'm just using Tim Holtz ink and walnut stain to get a nice look around my edges. I love the dimension it gives when you have the torn edges and the thinner paper throughout. I really like the way the torn edge looks. But I also thought it was going to be a nice contrast because everything on that is super straight, including the tag this is on. All right. And like I said, I wanted a quick solution that was going to work for multiple pictures that I had. Okay, so then this is textured, so I don't think I'm going to use glue on it, and because it's something that's going to be coming in and out, I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner. And the reason that I do that is because it helps keep it so it's not like globbing up and making it to where you have a big piece, a big chunk of adhesive on your paper, because those are not fun to always have to pull off. Okay, that's right side up. Not that it would matter since I don't have anything on the back side of it just yet. All right. And then this piece here. And I've gotten so much paper that I am trying to challenge myself to just make and use a bunch of things. And so one of the things I'm working on right now is a Peter Rabbit set of ephemera. I found some really cute Peter Rabbit books in the thrift store, and I wanted to make some Peter Rabbit ephemera. And the books were tiny, so they were perfect size to be able to make different tags and different little embellishments. I'll have to show you what I've already come up with and maybe do some kind of DIY on camera to show you some of what I've been up to with those. And then this also came out of a package like this. It was all glitter paper that I shared it with you in another haul video previously. This paper is so pretty. It's so glittery, and it's just really nice quality. Very sturdy. So I really like this. If I could get full-on packs, I wish I had bought more of this because they had a lot of it. And I like that the glitter doesn't come off, because I have purchased glitter paper in the past where it has come off. Now, when I say that I did this this the wrong way, see how this has got words on it? My other one would have had upside down words. My other pocket would have had upside down words, and so I was like, oh yeah, gotta fix that one. But I will use it. So this is just a punch that I purchased off of Amazon. Love it. I think I got that one on Amazon. Might have got it at Hobby Lobby, because, you know, that's about the two places I get most of my crafting supplies outside of Salvation Army. But, you know, I'll look it up and I'll see. All right. I feel like I'm having a hard time lining that up. So that's going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and actually put glue on it. I feel like if it's a little bit secured to the paper, I don't have as much trouble stapling it. All right. There we go. I'm going to go right there. And adding a little bit of glue helps keep your ends down on each side, your little corner ends here. And then I've got my cute little stapler with red staples in it. And there you have it. A cute little pocket that doesn't take very long, and you can make these out of card bases like I did, or you can make them out of a sheet of paper and just fold it, but don't fold it all the way over. So super easy, makes a nice little addition to your journal, and it's so cute. It's another way to use up your scraps. You could collage on it. If you're making a board game journal, you could also use different things from the board game, like the money. You could line the page or the pocket with money, and then you could take a property or a card from the game and use it as your tag here and just add some kind of tab. Just a fun way to add an extra pocket. I know I have a lot of pockets in my journal so far, but like I've said in the past, the more interactive my journal is, the happier I am. I like a very interactive journal. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed all the little stick figures throughout my journal. And I will be showing you more of what I get done in here as I progress. And if I have other little pockets and things, I will go ahead and make more of those with you on camera. Also, I will be showing you my new die cut with the edges, because it's something I'm going to use so much throughout my journaling. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, bye.